My name is Brooke Stout, and today I'm going to be talking about hemp and medical marijuana in today's society. In today's modern world, hemp and marijuana have a great use that everyone can benefit from. The government should not stand in the way of a plant with multiple uses that can help billions, as well as the environment and economy. Medical marijuana and hemp are completely different from recreational marijuana. Medical marijuana has been proven to be non-addictive and is more helpful than many other prescription drugs. As well as humans only have one earth, and the use of hemp could help us from destroying it any more than we already have. The history of medical marijuana and hemp. Chinese medical records' first reference of medical marijuana was in 2737 BC. Then, the Muslims back in the 12th century introduced hashish when the Quran banned original use of it to make alcoholic drinks. The use of hashish quickly spread through Persia and North Africa. The Spanish in 1545 brought marijuana to the New World, and later down the line, in 1611, the English brought marijuana to Jamestown, where it became a major cash crop alongside tobacco. But in the 1890s, medical marijuana was largely replaced by the southern cash crop, cotton. In the 1890s, medical marijuana had a place in the medical world, being included in patented medicines. From the 1850s to 1942, marijuana was listed in the United States Pharmacopoeia list and was prescribed for multiple uses in the United States, including labor pains, rheumatoid arthritis, and nausea. In the 1920s, recreational marijuana became very popular between jazz and show business crowds, even going as far as having marijuana clubs known as tea pads in every major city in America. In that era, marijuana was not considered a threat, as many partakers were not considered a nuisance or a threat to society. But in the 1937, Federal Bureau of Narcotics put into effect the Marijuana Act of 1937, which made possession and transfer of marijuana illegal, but excluded medical and industrial uses of the product, although it did impose an excessive tax on the sale of hemp. And the U.S. government had farmers throughout the United States grow hemp in the efforts of World War II. During this time period, in the 1957, the last legal hemp field was planted in Wisconsin. Finally, in the 1960s, college students and hippies were the major users of marijuana in a show of rebellion against the government. From the 1970s throughout today's people, we still use marijuana for medical and recreational uses. It is currently not illegal to import hemp into the United States, but cannot be grown by farmers in most of America. A total of 25 states and the District of Columbia have made marijuana legal in some form or fashion, with many states on the verge of voting to make marijuana legal. The difference between recreational and medical marijuana. Recreational marijuana is the most popular recreational drug in the world, although many use it as a self-medication. The difference between recreational and medical marijuana is a key ingredient. Recreational marijuana is high in THC, or tetrahydrocannabinol. This happens to be the main ingredient that causes the high many users look for. This causes a feeling of euphoria and calmness. While medical marijuana does not have a high level of THC, it is a much higher level of CBD. CBD is cannabinoid and is a chemical that has been known to help people with many cases of rare forms of epilepsy, schizophrenia, cancer patients with nausea, and patients with many types of pain. The government's part in medical marijuana. In October 2003, United States government retained patent number 6630507. The patent by the Department of Health and Human Services states that cannabinol has been found to have antioxidant properties. This newfound property makes cannabinoids useful in the treatment and prophylaxis of a wide variety of oxidation-associated diseases, such as ischemic, age-related inflammatory, and autoimmune diseases, limiting neurological damage following ischemic insults, such as stroke and trauma, or the treatment of neurological diseases, such as Alzheimer's, Parkinson's disease, and HIV dementia. Yet currently, the government claims that the general public that they have found no evidence of medical marijuana having any type of medical-related benefits, even though the government holds the patent for medical marijuana. The benefits of hemp. Hemp is one of the most environmentally and economically efficient products known to man. Hemp has such a wide variety of uses that everyone could benefit from it. Currently, wild hemp plants grow all throughout the U.S. Hemp is different from medical marijuana and recreational marijuana due to its low THC levels, having barely any flowering buds, as well as hemp is much taller and faster growing for a higher stalk harvesting. Hemp, if allowed, would become one of the most used plants in the world, not due to the versatile use, but the amount of acres can produce compared to its competing products. Such as an acre of hemp is equivalent to 2 or 3 acres of cotton, and is also equivalent to 2 to 4 acres of trees. Hemp takes less time to grow and can grow in a more versatile environment than cotton. The benefits do not stop there. Hemp seeds take the place of any other product containing soybeans, tofu, butter, cheese, salads, oils, ice cream, milk, and much more. Not only that, but hemp seed can be made into a flour and used in baked goods, such as pasta, cookies, and cakes. Hemp seed oil is an oil that the major oil companies made their mission to ban in the United States and all across the world. Because hemp seed oil can be made into a non-toxic and much cheaper diesel fuel, and if put into production, hemp seed oil can be used for a much more useful fuel across the world. This would be a threat to the oil companies due to the fact that this fuel could be made at home and is much cleaner for the environment. Not only that, but hemp seed oil can also be made into paint, varnish, detergent, ink, and lubricating oil. Hemp can also be made into construction or housing due to the wood-like inner core of hemp called hurd. When combined with silica leaching and the soil by the plant, alongside unslackened lime, this creates a chemical bond that is similar to concrete, and hurd becomes fireproof and waterproof in this form. Finally, hemp can be used as a fiber similar to cotton and nylon. Although for the past decade, hemp has had a decline in the production of fiber, hemp is also extremely durable, strong, and unaffected by water. This makes hemp fiber great for rope, carpet, sacking, net, webbing, and clothing. Finally, in today's modern world, or today's modern society, hemp and medical marijuana does have a place that can make a huge impact on not only our environment, but our economy in today's society. So while the United States government at first had a place for marijuana, over the years they began to deceive and use propaganda to help the big oil companies' agenda. But today's society has now just started to stand up against the government and realize all the great benefits that medical marijuana and hemp have, and how both items can change our world forever. Thank you.